Alright, last video I showed you how to level out my floor. It had a 2-inch drop. I leveled it with sand and cement. And in this video is just me doing the tile work.
And so what I'm doing is I'm doing all the full pieces first, and I'm stopping wherever there's going to be a cut. So over there's going to be some cuts, and all cuts down here. So I'll place 3 more tiles here, and then these 3 and 4 right here are not done yet. I just put it there to see how it would lay out. So pretty much all this is done. Okay, that's about about 1 bag of 50-pound thin set porcelain thin set. So I think it did 21 tiles. These are 18 by 18s. I am buttering the backside and troweling through it on both sides, so there's more than enough thin set there. Seems to grip better that way. Alright, here it is, exactly 24 hours later. And now you can walk on it. I'll finish up my cuts. All these are going to be cuts. Save those fun ones for last. And you wait 24 hours so you can step on the tile while you go and make your cuts for these. And then we'll grout after that dries. Thinking for the closet here, I might do a different tile, but I got plenty of tile to actually do in there. But we'll see. Yeah, it came out pretty nice. Nice and level, that's for sure. Alright, I decided to take the 220 dryer outlet, and I'm going to be moving it over at least 8 inches or so, or maybe even more, somewhere over here in this location, because the cabinets that were here, they were more over to the right, but now I want them more over to the left for the doorway, so I have to move this over. I made sure I got the right breaker, and test it, always test it. This can kill you, 220 volts. So there's power here, and just to be on the safe side I put duct tape on it, so when I run in there, just in case. Alright, got this hole trimmed out a little bit right here. And got to trim this out a little bit on this side. And that fits in there nice and snug. Alright, so 5 bits later, finally got this thing cut out, and believe me, it took me a long time. Clean it up. But I guess it's worth it if you want a nice, circle. There we go. Slide this in place. Alright. A lot of work to get a little hole in the tile, porcelain tile. But I guess it was worth it because it's not going to look like a crappy job. It's going to look very professional when it's done. One thing that makes tile look really bad is when people, they just screw up the cuts. Like, if somebody didn't want to do this, they could have just cut it here, cut it all the way across, and then you'll have another grout line. And to me, that just doesn't look good. Alright, so I had a high spot right up in here where I put too much sand with cement. Alright, so this was a high spot here before. And now it's not, so now I can put my thin set in there and raise it up if I have to. Alright, so it took me quite a bit of time to do these cuts over here. Kind of complicated cuts to do. Takes time. But once you get your cuts all done, then you can go and finish up all the thin set, glue them down. Alright, next thing I'm doing is using this little grout tool to get out any thin set that's too high. Before I put in the grout, you want to scrape the middle groove. It's also good, you can use the bottom edge, this flat part here on each, and you can, anything on the tile that you got some thin set on, it'll scrape it right off. So, it's always good to do that, because if you don't, if you have a high spot of thin set, the grout ain't going to get in there, and then eventually the grout's going to peel off, and you're going to see the thin set underneath. Always don't skip the step. Alright, here's the tiles after I grouted it. Came out pretty nice. Still got to finish up the closet. I'll do that another day. The main thing is I want to get the washer and dryer in here. That's why I had to do this area over here. It's a little hazy. I got to wipe it one more time. Alright, so I went ahead and I caulked my wall edge all the way around. I prefer to do that so it doesn't crack the grout. If I would use grout, it would have just cracked. Silicone doesn't crack, expands with the wall. And there's a little trade secret I want to tell you guys when you're doing it. You know how you make a mess on your finger and stuff. There's a little secret. Get some dish soap and put it with some water. And after you put the bead in, go back and spray it, that spot a little bit, and spray some on your finger, some soap and water, and then you can run your finger and it won't stick to your finger. See, I got a little bit in my nail, but usually I have it all over me and this stuff really sticks, so I'm fairly hands clean fairly. It won't, and the soap won't stick to the other places where you spray. So that's a good thing when you run your finger down, it just stays where you want it. Next is you can see I got my hoses for the washer and dryer. The dryer has a steam function, so I got to run one of the cold hoses to it, to the dryer. And I got my hot and cold. These are stainless steel braided hoses. And I had to get a new vent that's going to go through here down into the basement. And the dryer doesn't come with an electrical cord, so I had to add one of those too. And I got a 3-prong, so that's what I used. Alright guys, finally got this job done. Well, mostly done. Everything's done except for the closet. I'll do that another day. The most important part of this was to get the washer and dryer inside of here, because I haven't done washing quite a bit. I'm running out of clothes. And so we got this Samsung front load wash machine and dryer. Looks pretty good. This one has a steam option, which means I had to run a hose to it for that option. And this one has where you can open it and add clothes if you forgot anything. It's pretty cool. We got them on sale for Black Friday or whatever. And that's the hose setup. I have everything zip tied back so it doesn't rattle, you know, when this thing's moving. And also there's little legs at the bottom you want to adjust, and they recommend that you level, make sure everything's level. Some people complain about these things, you know, vibrating too much, and it's because it's not level. And you want to check level here on the side, okay, and on this side you want to check the level there, and you want to check it in the back. If those are all good, then the thing shouldn't make too much noise. This one was fairly quiet, okay, because I've seen the reviews on these and a lot of people were complaining and saying, oh, it's too noisy. Well, yeah, it's going to be noisy if you don't know how to you know, use a level and play around with those legs down there at the bottom of the machine. That's what they're for. They're adjustable. But enough about that. Yeah, again, tile came out real nice. It's still a little hazy. Probably have to mop it a couple times. But I think it came out pretty nice compared to that old nasty commercial carpet that was in here that really stunk really bad. So I still need some transitions here and there. The reason why I didn't put anything is because I'm probably going to tile this as well, the kitchen, and I'm probably just going to butt up the other tile that I use there and raise it. I still got to do the closet here. But overall, this part came out real nice. There's the transition to the bathroom. It's pretty nice, pretty flush. Well, that's it for this video.
Alright, here we have the closet that I finished up a little while later. Got the tile grouted and added a wall base and painted the wall base, and it came out pretty nice.
Flooring's pretty good looking compared to what it was. Alright guys, take care. God bless.